Hello and welcome to And We Vote. I'm your host, Kirsten Hernandez. Today's episode is sponsored by Zombies. Zombies! They're looking forward to meeting you when the apocalypse starts on November 9th. In this episode, we cover the Prop 64 pot debate, the New Voters Project, and even some coverage from the final presidential debate in Las Vegas. We also asked two CSULB students to join us for some challenging questions about politics. Just a couple weeks away from finding out who our next president will be. Let's get started.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early
This evening's forum will focus on Proposition 64, the Adult Use of Marijuana Act. We will also discuss two local Long Beach measures, MA and MM.
Prop 64 is really not around marijuana, but it is around how do we stop and end, or at least take some steps to end the war on drugs.
You go to Weed Maps and look at their TV channel, it's not about social justice, it's about getting high, and it's about selling product. Labs for cultivation and dispensaries have seen an increase in crime.
They have not. I have the crime stats.
I talked to their DA.
I have
I'll
the
bring
crime
the DA up
stats.
next week, okay? So,
Theoretically, both could actually pass. The way these two measures work is Measure MM does set tax rates and does set fees, but it's a regulatory measure. Measure MA only sets taxes and fees.
The whole point of MA is simply to make this cost neutral and allow law enforcement to walk in the door.
Get a search warrant.
Police are always going to have the ability to enter a particular area if they demonstrate probable cause through a search warrant. What they're not going to have the ability to do is do unannounced searches.
I'm a 91-year-old veteran of World War II. I first started smoking marijuana in 1946. And one of the first things I thought to myself was, why is this a crime? Why is this against the law? And they've been putting people in jails and penitentiaries for years, wasting billions of dollars.
People are just really unsure. Mainly it's just, it's a drug. Like, it's some manner of way of altering your body and mind.
Clinton's vice president is very smart and so cute.
Oh, you think he's cute?
Yeah.
What do you think of the candidates?
I really like Mrs. Clinton.
Yeah.
But I don't like Trump
Now, why do you not like Trump?
because he just says some of the most awful things I've ever heard. He just puts down everybody, like they're nobody.
Do you think Trump is cute?
No.
Hey, I'm Emma from the New Voters Project. We're a nonpartisan youth voter registration effort. In addition to the presidential race, there are so many other important reasons to vote. In California, we'll vote on a lot of important issues this fall. On the ballot is whether or not we want to have a death penalty in California, public education spending, we'll vote on a cigarette tax, we'll vote on the legalization of marijuana, and we'll vote on public transportation spending. Go vote!
And now for our game show round. Let's introduce our contestants.
My name is Michaela. I'm a fourth year mechanical engineering student, and in my free time I like to climb rocks.
I'm Noah. I'm a third-year film student, and in my free time, I like to tell jokes.
Can you tell us a joke?
Donald Trump's presidential campaign.
That's a really funny joke. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And are you guys voting in November?
Of course.
I already voted by mail.
Here's how this game works. I will read off a question about the political campaign. You two will have 15 seconds to work together and create a solution. If you can come up with a reasonable solution, you will win democracy. But if you cannot agree on a solution, nothing will happen. Just like when Donald Trump insults women and still want to vote for him. Guys ready to play?
Yes.
Let's get started. Recently, WikiLeaks released emails taken from Hillary Clinton's private email server. Over 26,000 emails have been published with a new batch coming every day. Some emails reveal her team's contempt towards Bernie Sanders, while others reveal the details of her Wall Street speeches. However, many news networks aren't covering the details of the stolen information. Contestants, should journalists report on stolen information, or should they report it anyway and let the public draw their own opinions? 15 seconds on the clock, and take it to the floor.
So,
Wow.
do I go first?
Your way.
Okay, so Personally, I think that journalists should report on stolen or leaked information when it's legitimate.
Sure.
But I think that that.
You guys were quiet for a while.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when the 15 seconds started. I needed to think. We could take that again.
Huh.
No.
What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it should be released. Honestly, I mean, just don't be shady. You know what I mean?
This question is about public versus private opinion. The Republican Party has suspended financing Trump's campaign, but they still publicly support him. Everyone has a right to their own opinion, but how does it serve public office? Should a party's public opinion be the same as their private opinion? 15 seconds, take it to the floor.
I don't necessarily think that it can be even, because a party's like a coalition of people and they have to come to the middle of a bunch of opinions, and so everyone's personal opinion is very different.
I guess, yeah, I agree.
I think it's hard, but it's not. Is it bad? Yes. Is it hard? Also, yes.
What's your solution?
Yeah.
They should?
I mean, I guess if they can be, I don't know, because that's just a hard thing
So you
in
believe
general.
that their private opinions should be their public opinions?
I mean, that would be nice. I don't know. I don't know if that's always possible either. Just because of like image and marketing reasons. So like in 1992, if you'd come out as being pro-gay marriage, you would have just like been out of office. And then now if you come out as being pro-gay marriage, you're in office. And I don't know, so times change, climate changes. And I don't know, it's just a hard thing.
This next segment is called Props for Props. In my little box right here, we have items that represent just some of the propositions on the ballot this November. So I'm going to pull it out, tell you what proposition number it is, and you guys will guess what this proposition is about. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Now for the first one. This represents Prop 64.
It's the weed one, right?
Is it a legalization of recreational marijuana?
Mm-hmm.
You guys got it. Good job. Prop 64, to be specific, legalizes marijuana for people ages 21 and over.
Yeah, I knew that one.
And it establishes certain sales and cultivation taxes. Prop 62.
That's the one getting rid of the death penalty, right?
Getting rid of the death penalty?
Mm-hmm.
You're making this a very short segment.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm an informed citizen here.
Prop 65. Plastic bag, and this is a reusable bag.
So you can't use, you have to, like, they're banning plastic bags and you have to bring your own, right?
Wait, 65?
65.
Or else you get charged 10 cents per bag.
Because I know there's the one where it's like, you get to have plastic bags, but then they go to the money goes to the environment or something. That's 67, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Prop 65 redirects the money collected from the sale of plastic grocery bags and other retail bags to a special fund administered by the Wildlife Conservation Fund.
That one's kind of a sham, because we should just ban plastic bags altogether. Don't need them.
It's me, it's David Stengel. It's news, morning news. I bet you're wondering what my little friend's doing here on stage today. It's because the network lifted their policy on drinking for people covering the election. It's Ken Bone. Ken Bone, everybody's talking about Ken Bone. Like I say, why don't we leave the guy alone? He's not a public figure, he's just some dude. Wikipedia just leaked all these new Hillary emails. There's a lot of stuff going on. But here's the one thing they haven't answered for me yet. Wikipedia is, hey, Hillary, how come I can't remember my email password? Trump's talking about all these locker room banner. We got an interview with a locker right now. Let's cut to our reporter, Lisa Bangle. She's over interviewing a locker right now. What do you guys say, Lisa?
Hey girl, how are you? Back to you.
My favorite president was Eisenhower.
Oh, really? How come?
That was my first president to vote for.
But you're voting for sure, right? You're going to the polls?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm voting for sure.
You think everyone should vote?
I think everyone should vote. Then they don't have anything to complain about.
Yeah.
You know?
less she can say, the better. I think from Trump's point of view, he's got a difficult task ahead tonight. I don't think there's any question.
You guys excited?
I think the way he handles it.
Welcome to Vegas, the land of dashed dreams, massive hangovers, and lots of buffets. Vegas. We're here at the Trump Tower right now following the Culinary Union's protest against Donald Trump. And we learned a couple things about the candidate. One, he's not offering a contract to workers that voted to unionize in December. Two, Culinary Union workers like bagpipes. And three, Donald Trump might be a doctor according to some people.
The Culinary Union has endorsed Hillary Clinton for president, and we are the largest union, largest organization of immigrants in Nevada, and we promised to deliver Nevada for Hillary Clinton because we think that she will fight for our families and not deport them like Mr. Trump. At Trump Hotel Las Vegas, workers are fighting for a contract. They voted to unionize in December, and they want their boss, Mr. Trump, who's the 50% owner of this hotel, to negotiate a contract. They're fighting for fair wages, job security, and good health benefits.
My name is Matt. I'm a proud member of Labor's International Union of North America. We're out protesting today because we will never, ever back a racist, a sexist, a person that discriminates against different religions or sexual orientations or partners. He's anti-union, he's anti-working class. We're out here to support all working Americans today. The bagpipes is a symbol of the Scottish protest that was against Trump at his golf course in Scotland.
Yo le digo a todos mis compatriotas que es importante votar por esta persona que queremos para presidente de los Estados Unidos, que no divida, que no humille, nos marque el racismo. Tenemos que votar por este presidente que una a la nación, no que separe a la nación.
I support Donald Trump because Donald Trump is the only candidate that isn't bought by like Wall Street or the media or the rich, and Donald Trump I think is the only candidate that will be able to protect us from like radical Islam. Not every person of color, not every young person, not every LGBT person is for Hillary Clinton.
I support Donald Trump because he doesn't have a voice to support himself. So I try to get out here to lend him the voice that he doesn't have.
What do you think about the women who have come out against the accusations about Donald Trump?
Oh, when he said they grabbed their V-holes? You know what? I think it was just a big misunderstanding. I think he was probably just checking him because he's a doctor. $1.99 steaks are on me later.
CSULB has been around since 1979. Our mission is the same for no matter what age group. Deliver the message. What you do with the message is up to you. We don't want to sway people one way or the other. What we do want to do is provide gavel-to-gavel coverage so they can make up their own mind and then decide for themselves what they think is important.
In this kind of political climate, do you think that it's hard to stay bipartisan?
Not for C-SPAN. That's our mission. It's been our mission in 1979. Very easy. Turn the cameras on, step back, deliver the message. There's a lot of passion in this election. That's great. That's America.
Right now, we're at UNLV's Freedom of Expression Zone, and trust me, people are definitely exercising their right to freedom of speech.
I'm voting for Hillary because of her issues. Not only is she the only candidate that's supporting Hispanic issues, but she's also supporting women's rights issues, which is very important.
I believe that she protects my future and that she's going to make sure that I have a chance to succeed.
I think that the biggest thing that's in stake for this election for me is the Hispanic community. Trump has gone very strong against the Hispanic community, and I think that this is our opportunity to show our voice and show how important we are in this election.
My name is Kevin Westman, and I am a Trump supporter to the heart. I'd like to see free trade being limited down to America so that American jobs can stay inside here.
What do you believe that Hillary Clinton would do as president?
She would open up the borders. She would allow free trade to flourish across the world. She would sign the TPP. That's almost as bad as NAFTA, which has lost us 5 million jobs. Those jobs belong to Americans. They should stay here in America. The TPP should never get signed. I want freedom. I want my freedom of speech. This is being silenced. I want to keep my guns. I need to be able to stop the establishment along with the rest of the militia.
I support his immigration policies. I love that he's going to work for the middle class, and I love that he's going to be tough and actually do what he says and not just say stuff.
But also the fact that he's not a career politician, he's not paid for, he's not bought.
Well, every problem that's been created in government was created by a Republican or Democrat. How can a Republican or Democrat be the solution? You don't get true representation from a Republican or Democrat. They're only interested in their party, and that's proven through the media.
May I ask who you're supporting for president?
I'll probably go like Gary Johnson. There's no such thing as a wasted vote. The wasted vote is the one that's not cast only.
The idea of democracy and the coverage of it and the party control, things do have to change. The media itself, take it down to what people really want. People want substance. That, at the end of the day, when you go into an election booth, makes a huge difference.
All right, hello. We are here with an actual polar bear.
I'm Frostbaugh. I'm a polar bear that works for the Center for Biological Diversity. I'm here to raise awareness of climate change and to try to encourage us to talk about this important issue during the presidential debates.
Why is climate change an important topic?
Because it's cooking my home. It's melting polar ice, and it's causing storms around the world. We're late getting on this. We need to deal with it rapidly. We need to reduce our carbon emissions, and we need to get serious about discussing this as a country.
Are there any other political issues that polar bears are worried about as a whole?
Extinction crisis, ocean acidification, melting sea ice, all these distractions that are dealing with the problems that we really need to right now.
All right, thank you so much. I know you traveled a long way to make it to Nevada from the North Pole, so.
I'm an activist. I've been fighting for hemp and cannabis rights for years. Turned out I heard Jill Stein speak at a hemp fest. She blew my mind. Start talking about energy, and energy leads to these wars for oil, all sponsored by the United States. And that's got to change. So it's energy, it's war, it's jobs, it's taking care of the homeless, it's taking care of the mentally ill, it's taking care of LGBTQA rights. Everybody has to be included, and that's why we're out here marching, because they won't even include us in the debates. How can anybody know they can vote for us if we're not even allowed to have a voice?
Well, I personally believe that happiness and peace is possible, and I don't want to vote for the lesser evil, and I want to vote for what I think is possible for the greater good.
We're living as if we have a gun to our head in multiple ways, whether it's student debt, healthcare, or just flat out being lied to, and we need the pressure to be released.
Everyone knows, it's public knowledge now, that Bernie Sanders won the election. So they don't want the same effect with Jill Stein. They make it so she has to get 15% of a poll, which polls aren't even real. They can poll whoever they want. Public has the right to know who they can vote for.
Jill Stein is already earning millions of Americans' votes without any coverage by the corporate media. Jill Stein is a person who said, "I'm tired of watching my country devolve into a racist, sexist, class-oppressive society." What candidate besides Jill Stein and the Jamu Baraka are willing to say the truth? We only have power if we organize together. Our challenge is to find our connection across race, across gender, across class, across our shared humanity of coming together.
Honestly, I'm just really disappointed. These are kind of terrible candidates, and people are just blindly kind of supporting them. They stand for what they say they stand for as far as the supporters go. The candidates themselves don't really believe in what they say, in my opinion. I feel like that's why people feel betrayed kind of, by like politicians, whether it's like Hillary Clinton, like, well, she's Secretary of State, or like Donald Trump in his business. Like, you can see that like they directly contradict like what they say they stand for. They're not particularly super passionate, which is like things that I saw during the primary. I think if we had Bernie out here, it'd be, you know, thousands of people. But here it's like a couple hundred maybe.
I feel like part of the like extra fervor is like how long they've been here. They've been here since like 7 a.m. Like, that's a long time to like be standing out here doing whatever.
So it either means they're passionate or they're trying to keep up this image.
Why is it necessary to cover things 9 hours before the debate? Like, I feel like, in my opinion, there's more important things to cover that are going on in the world. Do you think that's kind of like representation of like how our democracy is going? Is that they feel that they need to get on like a 24-hour news source to feel that they have a voice? Do you think that's part of it?
Anderson Cooper could be facing us. You know what I mean? Yeah. But instead, he's letting us be behind him.
Yeah. Why is his back on us? You know, rich people get to have their voice. But then there's also people behind us. There's a lot of people out here chanting about WikiLeaks and why that's not being covered. And I feel that like whether or not what the stuff in there is damning against Hillary Clinton, like I think it's something that should be asked. Adam, what do you think?
Watch and we vote Wednesdays at 5.
During this campaign, Donald thinks belittling women makes him instead we celebrate our diversity.
No, Jesse, what do you have to say?
About what?
Oh.
Anything? We've been standing for 8 hours?
Yeah, 8-9 hours.
We talked to a lot of people. That takes guts.
You have guts.
I got guts.
I know, compliments are weird to accept. Don't worry about it, just take them.
So that's the end of the 2016 debates. This is as close as they're going to let us get to the future leader of the United States. We heard both sides and a couple more, and honestly, everybody seems like they actually do care about the outcome of this country. Who's going to win? I don't know. But like everybody who comes to Vegas, we all think that we're going to get lucky, but in the end, we go home empty-handed. See you later, Las Vegas. Catch you next time. Thank you for joining us on this episode of And We Vote. And thank you to our lovely contestants for joining us. Remember to send in your absentee ballot or go to the polls on November 8th. Go vote!